Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having an adult beverage, and tonight I'll be discussing Rejected by Jame and Eve. I did receive this as an ARC from HTP and NetGalley, and of course I'm giving my honest opinion. Now, I am on the influencer team for HTP, but all that means is I am auto-approved for any book I apply for on NetGalley. I receive no financial compensation. These are the highlights. And there are no listed content warnings, and I gave this a 4.5, so what's it about? So this book is about Mira, who is a wolf shifter and is the punching bag of her pact after her father decided to challenge the alpha, for which he paid with his life, and that is still not enough for her pact. She is treated as if she is a traitor, less than dirt, and bullied by all, and she can't take it anymore. She thought she could tough it out until after her first shift when she gained control, but something happens where she decides enough is enough, and she would rather try to survive her first shift packless. So one night she runs, and for the first time in her life, she is free and living her life. That is until days before the full moon, when the alpha sun finds her and drags her back for her first shift, which will reveal not only her wolf if she survives, but also her mate if she has one. Well, the night comes and she survives her first shift, and it turns out she has a mate. The problem is her mate is none other than the alpha son, who decides he doesn't want her for her mate and rejects her. So the pack attacks her, and her soul screams for vengeance, and the shadow world answers, sending forth the shadow beast, a beast who is not only their god but their devil. And he decides to take Mira for himself, for what she doesn't know, but she's not going to let him or her mate's rejection stop her from getting her freedom. So, what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.5. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't read a lot of rejected mate books. They just simply never caught my interest, but this one did, and I'm so glad it did. From the moment I started, I was locked in. Now, I know rejected mates tend to go one of two ways. One, she gets a new mate, or the mate who rejects her grovels and earns her back. And honestly, with this book, there are three potential candidates. You have her childhood best friend who does betray her and treats her poorly growing up. You have the alpha son who is her mate and who rejects her, and you hate him because, trust me, he's a jackass. But he does some things towards the end where you're side-eyeing him and you could see how he could potentially earn her back. Or you have the powerful, super godlike beast who is a jerk, but again, super powerful. And honestly, as a why choose girly, normally I would say why choose, but I know that's not this type of book, so I know who I would choose, which would be the powerful god. But with how this book ended, I have no idea who she's going to choose, so I always love not knowing the answer, and I can't wait to continue the series to find out who she chooses. Now, for Mira, our female main character, I absolutely adored her. Her pack has spent so much time trying to grind her into the dust for the sins of her father, and she is just so strong for everything that she's endured. But it has given her a sassy, give no fucks attitude that I absolutely loved. And I can't wait for her to get her revenge and make them all submit to her. Now, this book had a really engaging plot. I like the main and side characters, and I can't wait to continue this series. This book will be available December 2nd, and I hope you give it a try, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.